you're no stranger to period pieces. So what was it about this film that made you want to do another period piece?
Well, it's one of the great classic pieces of literature, and I think she is a character who has fascinated people since she was first conceived in, I think, 1870 or whenever Tolstoy, first read her. And I think, first wrote her? It's going well so far, isn't it? I think, she's a fascinating creature. She poses more questions than she answers. She's open to so many different interpretations. And the whole story is, Tom Stoppard, who wrote the screenplay, said at the beginning, this is a thesis on love. And you think, I absolutely agree with him. It's looking at the whole spectrum of that emotion, not just the kind of romantic first bit, but the whole thing, and and exploring every different dimension of it. And I think in that way, it makes it as relevant today as it was however many years ago when it was first written, because that emotion, that fundamental emotion, hasn't changed.
Absolutely. And Anna, she's such an interesting character, but she's already been played by women like Greta Garbo and Vivian Leigh. Did you have any sort of reservations stepping into the role of Anna?
No, I haven't seen every single version. I've seen the Garbo version, and there was a version on BBC television with the wonderful Helen McCrory playing it, I think in about 2001. And I'd seen both of those, but they weren't, I watch films obsessively, and they weren't two things that I'd come back to a lot, so I didn't really have an image of what they were, and then once I agreed to play the role, I very actively decided not to watch any of the other versions.
It makes sense. Give it its own take.
Exactly.